You want to get high?
Marijuana on one, reefer on two.
I'll smoke it with you, bro.
Coke as needed. Caution, objects may appear more edible than they actually are.
You just have no long-term memory because you get high all the time.
So what kind of weed do you want?
Come on, people. Somebody order the London Symphony Orchestra. Possibly while high.
I'm trying to think of who the subject of that last clip would have been. I'm not really sure. Normally, The Grind sponsors our 420 song of the day, but we have the boys from Cypress Hill in here, so we're going to do 5 of them. How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Welcome to St. Louis, gentlemen.
I know you guys don't have a whole lot of time, but is it nice to be out on the road? Is it nice to be back and have new music out and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, it's been a 6-year wait for us as far as Cypress Hill goes. I mean, we all kept active musically. We all did solo projects, but
does anybody get jealous?
No,
really. Everyone's free to do their own stuff.
We all
when
help
you guys
each
are
other
break.
out, like we all guest feature on each other's stuff, you know what I mean? Because we all encourage each other. But, I mean, there's nothing like making music with all of us together, so we do.
Damn Skippy.
Yeah, so, we were pretty excited to get another record out there and to get on the road and hit the places that we haven't hit in a long time, such as St. Louis. We haven't been here, I think, since maybe Smoking Grooves or something like that.
Nice.
Well, you'll smell it tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, do you guys do a lot of producing of other people's projects and stuff as well, or is it just solo stuff?
A little bit of everything, With me, I just started getting into production, as far as for other people just a couple years back. I mean, I've been making tracks for a long time, watching Muggs, learning from Muggs and stuff when he would put together the earlier albums and stuff like that. But, I mean, it's something we all, like to do. We all get creative in our own way that maybe necessarily doesn't go with Cypress. So, we'll either create something for somebody else or for another solo venture or something like that.
Yeah,
just keep it moving. Yeah,
keeps it fresh.
I'm easily the whitest person in this entire building, especially when it comes to beats and tracks and stuff like that. But I would imagine with the three of you, when you're doing side projects or you're doing solo stuff or you're working with someone else, you will hear something and go, I don't have an entire song for this, but can I just grab that and can I have this over here kind of thing? That work out a lot?
Sometimes. I mean, you might hear a piece that you think, oh, I could recreate that and make that into a good song. Or you might hear a piece that might go with an existing song that you might have. So it's just about, what you're listening for. And sometimes it catches you. Sometimes it'll just go right over your head. But, we all sort of like have the same musical background as far as things that we like to listen to. So, when we all hear something when we're in the same room together, we'll be like, oh,
there it
that's
is.
the business.
That's
we need
it.
to use
Really?
that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And, sometimes it just, like I said, flies over our head and somebody else will be like, hey, man, you ever thought of using that?
Are you all card-carrying members in
Yes,
Los Angeles?
I am, definitely.
I am as well.
I don't need one. Because I'm from Cypress Hill.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, you got a business card that says I'm from Cypress Hill, right? Speaking of the culture, well, let's get into the first song that you guys gave us your top 5 420 song. Does it matter to you what
order? No.
It doesn't matter?
They're all good to me.
Peter Tosh, okay to leave it
Peter
off then?
Tosh, legalize it, baby.
There it is.
We got 4 more to go. Cypress Hill in the studio with Thom and Jeff, and we're playing the top 5 420 songs of all time.
From the band.
From the band, yeah. So you guys said you've never smoked with Ralphie May, right?
No, not yet.
That dude came in here and we interviewed with him, and then, I mean, by the time the commercials were over, we were just useless. Useless, completely useless. So I suggest, if you ever get the chance, to please do so.
I wonder what it would be if we smoked you.
Well, we got 4 more songs to figure it out. I don't know when you got to be back at the pageant. Is sound check already over with? It is? Okay, all right. I'll pay for White Castles if
Sounds
you guys are
very
up for
interesting.
it. All right, song number 2, Black Sabbath. Kind of surprising to me. How come Black Sabbath on the list?
Well, we're big Black Sabbath fans, since day one. I mean, when we were kids, that's some of the stuff we used to listen to. And what a lot of people didn't get was this Sweet Leaf was talking about the sweetest leaf of them all.
Correct.
And that's
That's how you intro a song right there.
Right, exactly. Well, let's do it then. All right.
From the texter, ask those gentlemen if they're actively pursuing the legalization of marijuana.
Oh,
good
definitely.
question.
We live in Los Angeles, and right now, they're in November, they're putting legalization on the ballot, so we'll see what happens. But, I think right now, before, any state becomes legal, it'll take a few more states to become either decrim or medical marijuana states, you know what I mean, before it all rolls over. But it's positive steps. It's a lot of progression, and we're still behind it 100%.
Is it fun to go to the store?
Yeah.
Just like go to the store. It's just like getting yourself a bag.
No, you want to know what's fun? It's not going to the store. It's getting pulled over with 4 ounces of herb, and the police can't take it from you, and they can't give you a ticket, and they got to let you go. And the look on their face is the greatest thing in the world. Some don't even bother, though. They're like, oh, all right, you got a marigold. All right, take it off.
All right, thank you very much.
Smells pretty good.
One of my one of my favorite stories about having Tommy Chong in the studio years ago was he told a story one time where he got pulled over and he had a bunch of smoke with him, and the cop said, "Why are you carrying this?" And he said, "Because I have an anxiety condition. I have a nervous condition." He said, "What's your nervous condition?" He said, "Because I have all this freaking marijuana with me." But in the same respect, he also said, you know, I rarely ever get, and this was before he went to jail, I think. But
yeah, it was before he went to, because he was selling the pipes. He was selling the pipes.
But he also said that most of the time, because of who he is, the cops will let him slide. Does that happen to you guys or no?
So, nope. I got pinched in New York a few years ago.
Well, that's him.
But what about if the same thing would ever happen to you in New York, if it would have happened in L.A., would they have known who you were and they would have let you slide or no?
In L.A., probably so, yeah. They probably would have been like whatever about it because they're way more relaxed about it. They've had to deal with it for so long.
There's 2 parts to that story, though, because just recently we were in New York and we were smoking in a van. And the van was smoked out. Our driver drove through Central Park. They pull us over. You're not supposed to drive through Central Park unless you know somebody. Fortunately, our driver knew somebody, but when they pulled us over, our van was just totally smoked out.
Nice.
And they looked inside. They took two sniffs, and then they told our driver, all right, get the hell out of here.
Wow.
You know?
So just by some kind of weirdness, it was the same 2 cops that had busted me a few years ago. I couldn't believe it.
Sounds like to me you don't need to go to New York anymore.
No, it's all good. You know what I mean? I just I suppose I gotta stay away from those 2 cops.
There you go.
Find a way to stay away from them.
Just check their hours.
You gotta stay away from the guy who spit on their car that pulled you.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the other part of the
we
story.
did that.
Other parts to the story.
Oops, all right, forgot that part.
Tell me
Few parts.
Tell me about this next song that I Got 5 on it.
It's made by these guys called the Loonies. They're out of San Francisco or Oakland, the Bay Area. And they were a part of the whole 90s hip-hop movement, and they were very much for legalization as well. And they made a song called I Got 5 on it.
And here it is.
I got 500
From the text, are you still playing paintball?
Well, I haven't had a chance to play since we released the Rise Up album in April. But, yeah, I was playing competitive paintball for about 4 years on a team called Stoned Assassins, which still competes. It's a pretty good team. But... you know, yeah, I miss playing. It's a really fun sport. It's not the same type of paintball where you go out in the woods and you're wearing camouflage. It's like very much like the sport, you know. Mm-hmm. It's
So it's not like drive-by paintballing or anything like that.
That would be fun, though.
Wouldn't that be cool, though?
And for the record, no, we haven't busted any out yet.
No. So you're sitting there watching reruns of the Rockford Files. All of a sudden, a blue paintball comes through and hits you right in the face.
Oh yeah, that would make you feel alive.
Oh yeah.
Shot in the cheek with a paintball.
All right, if anybody wants to go to the show, I have 1 pair of tickets to give away. Texter number is 48258. Text the word insane to 48258, and Texter 105 is going to go. So 2 more songs to go.
Word.
6:30's Doors, by the way, on the stage at 9 o'clock. And Rita Marley, tell me about this song, One Draw.
Rita Marley, One Draw. That's actually one of the songs that inspired, well, it's actually the song that inspired our song, I Want to Get High.
Really?
Yeah, very much, because, I mean, we're all big Bob Marley fans, and the Marley family, period. You know, we met them on Smoking Grooves, you know, some years back, and they always embraced us, so, you know, it was cool that... you know, that was the inspiration for our song, and then we ended up being friends with the family. It's a real cool thing.
To me, as a radio yahoo, the kind of guy that you have to go through doing this stuff, talking with us to help, you know, sell tickets and sell records and blah, blah, blah. The neat thing for us, I should say, not just me, is when you meet somebody whose music you like and they're cool people.
Huh,
I would imagine that's what happened with the Marley deal,
yeah,
right?
for sure. You know, we met Ziggy because when we were doing Smoking Grooves, Ziggy was... co-headlining with us, and we got to know all the brothers and all of Bob Marley's sons pretty much, and daughters, because it's a family affair. Whenever one of them goes on the road,
everybody goes.
Coming. So there was bus loads of Marleys on that trip, and the thing was, we connected with Rohan first. Rohan's Lauryn Hill's husband, who used to play football for Miami University. He was a Hurricane, and he's a big football fan. Well, we're all big football fans, but Sen Dog really, for sure. And, so that was the first connection. And then we started, getting really close to Ziggy and Steve, and eventually Junior Gong, which is Damien, which we've done songs with.
If nothing else, it takes a really long time to get to know all them because there's so many damn.
There's so many.
How many sons and daughters did Bob have? Do you even know?
Busy. Bob was busy.
I would say probably 7 sons, maybe.
I heard it was all like together with like 36.
When did he have time to put out music and tour?
He's like my dad. Only my dad couldn't sing though. He wasn't that talented like that.
Don't have to have a kid every time you make love, Bob.
Yeah.
All right, so Rita Marley, one draw. This is the fourth one. One more after this with the guys with Cypress Hill.
All right, since you told that crazy little story, let's go with Three Little Birds.
Oh, wow. I am freaking honored that I screwed up, and therefore I get to play that song
And now
for
you got to tell the story.
And now you can tell the story.
I've been told that this song is a story about how Bob, and I'm assuming the Wailers, would sit on a back porch step of some sort and write songs, play songs, talk about songs, and get high, and they would take the seeds out and throw them in the yard, and these same Three Little Birds would come back and eat the seeds all the time.
I would have shot the bird, cooked it, ate it, and see if I got high from it.
That's how you do it when you're in Cypress Hill.
And we got a 5 o'clock concert announcement coming up right after this.
The doors are at 6:30. You guys go on at 9. Pageant, still some tickets available. Thank you very much for coming in, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming back to St. Louis. Last song for the 420. It's Three Little Birds, Bob Marley, Cypress Hill, Thom Jeff on the point. Thanks, guys.